For our next example, we're going to find the center of dilation of the two similar triangles below. So we start with our pre-image, triangle TRS, and then this is an enlargement to get our image T prime R prime S prime. Okay, so let's find the center of dilation. So this is all emanating from the center. So in order to calculate the center, what I'm going to do is first find the scale factor. All right, that's going to help me out. And if I find the scale factor, that's prime over pre. All right, so T prime to S prime, I'm going to use that just because it's horizontal. All right, so T prime to S prime, that's, if I count it out, that's 18 units long. So T prime S prime is 18 over TS, which is, if I count that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. So 18 divided by 9 is 2. So my K value, or my scale factor here, is 2. All right? Which means that from my center of dilation, to go to, say, R, and to go to R prime, it's going to be double as much. All right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to draw a line through R and R prime. Okay. Now I'm going to draw a line from T prime through T. And I'm going to draw a line from S prime and S. And notice how all of these points intersect right here. Okay? So all of those lines intersect at that point, and that point is 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 3. Okay? Now, let's look at how our slopes are affected. So from this point, 1, 3, to get to R, I go up 2 over 1. Okay? So if I going to R, I go up 2 to the right 1. So my change in y is plus 2. My change in x is plus 1. To get to R prime, I go up 4. My change in y is 4. My change in x is 2. All right, so from that center of dilation, my slope was doubled to get to the image compared to the pre-image. To get to the pre-image, I went up 2 over 1. To get to R prime, I went up 4 over 2. So the dilation rule here is a scale factor of 2 centered at 1, 3. Okay, so to find the center of dilation, draw lines through your prime and pre, see where they intersect, and then you can figure out the scale factor by looking at the slopes. All right, or you could find a length of a segment and do prime over pre. Okay, let's just double check that looking at one of these other points. Okay, to get to S, I go down 2 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down 2 to the right, 4. To get to S prime, I go down 1, 2, 3, 4. To the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so from down 2 to the right 4 to down 4 to the right 8, that slope, those rates of change are doubling. Okay, the change in y and the change in x are both doubling. That checks out because of my scale factor of 2. Okay, so that's one you might need to practice a little bit. So go ahead, check out these 2 you try now problems, and I will do number 3 with you, but check out 1 and 2, pause the video, try those out. All right, so here are your answers. Oops, let's see. What is that supposed to be? There are your answers for 1 and 2. For number 2, because your center of dilation was the origin, That's why we were able to just take our coordinates and multiply them by the scale factor, because they were centered at the origin. That's the only reason why. All right. If we have an example like number 3, where our center of dilation is 1, 1, I can't just multiply my coordinates. This one's going to work a little differently. So plot number 3 real quick, and then I'll explain how to go about this one. All right, so here, let's find A prime, B prime, C prime. We're given that the scale factor is 2. So I can't multiply the coordinates, all right, because my center is not the origin. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the slopes. Okay, what do I mean by that? I mean start at the origin, or sorry. Start at the center of dilation, which is 1, 1. First off, that's plotted incorrectly. 1, 1. All right, and let's manipulate the slopes. So like to get to C, I go up to the right 1. Okay, my scale factor is 2. So I'm going to multiply both of these by 2. So from my center, I'm going to go up 4, right 2. So I'm going to go up 4 to the right 2. And that's going to be the location of C prime. We're doubling the slope. We're saying, okay, instead of going up 2 to the right 1, my scale factor is 2. So I need to double that. I need to go up 4, right 2. To get to B, I go down 1, 2, 3 to the right 2. So instead of going down 3, I'm going to go down 6. Instead of going to the right 2, I'm going to go to the right 4. And there's B prime. To get to A, I go up 1, 2, 3, up 1, 2, 3 to the left 1, 2, 3, 4. So instead of going up 3, I'm going to go up 6. Instead of going to the left 4, I'm going to go to the left 8. And that's the location of A prime. Okay, so there is A prime, B prime, C prime, which is a image that's been doubled or centered at 1, 1. So A prime is negative 7, 7, negative 7, 7. B prime is 5, negative 5. And C prime is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 5. So there are my coordinates. Notice how I couldn't just double the pre-image coordinates, because that wouldn't give me the right answer, because my center of dilation is different. Okay, so here we're going to manipulate the slopes in order to figure out where the image coordinates are. Practice this. Let me know if you have any questions. Have a good one.